Hey everyone, this is your week 2 overview video. These overview videos are just to, give you an overview of what you need to do this week, and offer a little help navigating D2L and maybe have some FAQs. So these are each week, or most weeks I'll post one of these, and the goal here is just to make sure that you understand what you need to do this week and to kind of show you around a little bit. So this week is week 2, and you have this to-do list here. So I'm on D2L, I'm under content, and I have scrolled down. We're still in unit 1, and I'm down here in week 2, and that's how I got to where I am right now. So this week, your to-do list, first thing you need to do by Tuesday is just greet 2 other students on the week 1 introductions discussion board. So for every discussion board we have, you'll have your initial post, like the thing that you write, and then you're going to check back, like, that weekend or next Monday or something. Just look through what other people have said and respond to them really quickly, like, hey, welcome, something like that. Or later on it might be like, oh, hey, I like your idea for your poetry essay or something. So the goal with having you respond to other students' discussion boards is to give us a little bit of class discussion, but nothing too insane, and just to have you read what other people say so that you can see what other people are doing in this class. So yeah, big thing, respond to so you can get full credit on that discussion board. Respond to someone else's week 1 introduction by Tuesday-ish would be good. And then, watch this video, which you're already doing, and then you'll have 2 other videos to watch as well. Those should be pretty self-explanatory. Just watch those videos. I'm going to make those here in a second. So they are not posted yet in what you can see on my screen right now, but they will be by the time you're watching this probably. So what you need to do this week, respond to 2 other people's discussion, watch a few videos, and then you have some reading assignments. They are free writing, how to mark a book, and how to write with style. You can find the documents for those here. They're PDFs. Sometimes they'll be PDFs, sometimes they'll be Word documents. Just kind of depends on how I saved it. It shouldn't matter on the user end for you guys. But so anytime there's a to-do list, all the stuff will be linked that you need to do will be linked down here. If ever one of those links don't work, or you can't, or something's missing, like that happens. I'm a person. It's a lot of documents to keep track of. So just, if you can't find something, let me know. But those will all be linked underneath the to-do list. So you'll need to read free writing, how to mark a book, and how to write with style. These are all pretty short, I think like 2 or 3 pages each, nothing insane. Free writing is it's a technique for writing more efficiently. So I don't go for a lot of writing hacks and stuff like that, but I will tell you that free writing is probably the number 1 best thing I can tell you if you want to get better at writing, if you want to suffer less from writing, if you want to get more efficient with how much time it takes you to write, would be to invest in a free writing practice. So you will, and invest time-wise, not money-wise. So when you'll read all about how to do free writing, but I really want to encourage you that if you're someone who struggles with writing, this is a really good short way to make yourself better at writing and generally feel less constipated about it. So you will do a free write this week, at least one. Since this online class, I have not figured out how to make you do it a lot. In real life classes, we do these most class periods, and people, even if they're annoyed by the exercise, tend to see its value by the end of the semester. So I encourage you to do free writes regularly throughout the semester. That would be a good thing to do, but you need to do at least one in order to answer this discussion board. One thing I will say about free writing is the reading's going to tell you to do it for 10 or 15 minutes, and I find that to be way too long, just because your hand gets tired, you get kind of over it. So maybe if you get into the rhythm and you start a regular free writing exercise or practice, then You can start doing 10 or 15 minutes, but I think 5 minutes is totally fine. So you can read all about free writing by clicking there. Then you'll also read about how to mark a book. So again, online class, it's difficult to I'm not like giving you pages of stuff that you can write on. But how to mark a book is all about annotating or taking notes as you read. And it's really just a way to try to read more efficiently, read more actively, so that you do retain more of that information as you go. Again, it's not something that I can enforce for you to do throughout the semester, but it is something that I'm going to encourage you to do for all of the readings somehow. Either if you want to print them out, or there are lots of online annotation tools, even if you just if you're on your phone or something and you can send this PDF document to a Kindle app or another reader app, and those have annotation tools. It's really just a way to kind of keep you engaged while you read. And then How to Write with Style is just some stuff about writing that I think is cool. It's by Kurt Vonnegut. If you don't know who that is, he was cool. He did sci-fi stuff. He's been dead a few years now, but he has a really interesting writing style and really clear writing voice, and he has some good things to say. So there's 3 short readings there for you this week as well. You also have this literary toolbox document to look over, and you will have a separate video that kind of talks you through that, so I'm not going to go super duper into that right now, but do watch that literary toolbox video about this document, because it's, like I said, we're not I'm not making you buy a textbook, so I'm kind of giving you different resources and documents to take the place of that, so that you still get all that good textbooky information, but without having to purchase or rent a textbook, because that's a racket. So watch that video and look over that literary toolbox document. You also have this discussion post to do. After you do these readings, you're just going to respond about them in a paragraph or so. So that will be due on Friday. So, do the readings and answer these questions as best you can. And you will need to respond to 2 other students by the following Tuesday as well. So just keep that in mind. When you're writing, other people will be reading it probably, and to if maybe when you do your post, if other people have already posted, you could go ahead and respond if you want to get it out of the way and not have to come back and do it later. That's probably how I would do it. But yeah, and you will also this week submit your song studies. So every semester for Comp 2, I've done this for several years now, and it's always a really fun assignment. We do a song study, and essentially you are going to pick a song that is meaningful to you. It doesn't have to be your most favorite song of all time, just something that you like, that makes you feel alive when you listen to it, that has words that are special to you. So your song should include words. That's an important thing. And we're just going to kind of use the song that you pick to start thinking analytically about how words work and their impact on us. So you can read through these instructions here, and I try to be as thorough as possible in my instructions. Maybe sometimes they're a little too thorough, but I want to, especially for an online class, I want to make sure that you have as much information as you could possibly need. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick a song that you like. You're going to write a short response, 300 to 500 words, not a big, huge thing. And you're going to respond using these questions. You can include other stuff in there as well, but these questions are to get you started. And after we're done, I will make a Spotify playlist of all of your songs that you choose, and that'll be our class playlist for semester. And it's always really fun to listen to. I do have some tips down here for choosing your song. Pick a song that makes you feel good, maybe, or alive. One of the things that happened with this song study early on when I started doing this assignment was people would pick songs about really sad stuff, like losing your dog or despair or something, and while that may be a really meaningful and powerful song to you, which is great, and I have those songs myself. It does not a good playlist make. It makes it a little depressing and hard to listen to. So we're going for so think about a song that matters to you, but that makes you feel good in some way, or that's encouraging, or that uplifts you in some way, or makes you feel powerful. That is what's going to make for a good playlist. So we want to pick a good song, but we also want to keep in mind the fact that this is going on a group playlist, and especially in the summer, go for something upbeat and empowering. It's more fun. So yeah, try not to pick something that's just like totally despairing. If you have a song, if you're trying to pick one between a few, go for one that has like lots of layers or storytelling, or has strong images in it. Like the more language that you have to work with, the easier it'll be to write the response itself. Just pay attention to the language, and go with something meaningful to you. Go with something that you would like to share with others, and try to just make it lighthearted and fun. I have had people in the past submit like hymns and stuff like that, which is totally fine. Like, it can be religious music if you want it to be, but just keep in mind that maybe not everybody in the class shares your same religious beliefs. So we do want to make the goal here also is for you to write about your song and say why it's meaningful, but the goal is also to make a playlist that the whole class can enjoy. So just keep that in mind. So again, you can totally include Christian music if you want to, but just understand that not everybody may be into that. And same goes for stuff that's maybe a little racy. So keep your audience in mind here. If you have something about getting down at the club or whatever, that's fine, but just keep in mind that maybe not everybody in the class would like to hear something that's super dirty. So we're going for something fun here. So just keep that in mind. I do ask, so it's okay if your song has like some bad words in it, to an extent, but again, keep your audience in mind. This is for school. This is we're doing a group thing here. And please do not have anything that includes like derogatory speech towards anybody, or that has hate speech or racial slurs. Things like that are big no's for this. So, a couple bad words here and there is okay, but just make sure that it's not in a way that is going to degrade or hurt anyone else. So that's what you have to do this week. And remember, you're not permitted to use AI on this song assignment. So just keep that in mind. Let it come from you and you alone. We will talk about AI later on, but don't worry about it right now. You got a few things to read. You've got a few videos to watch. You've got a discussion board to do, and then this song assignment, which ends up being really fun. And if you want to run a song by me, just make sure that it's okay, or if you're having difficulty choosing, feel free to email me. I'm more than happy to help you pick. All right, hope you guys have a great week.